I'm in the truck and it's a rainy day, but it's a good place to tell you about the story of steaks in the trunk. I had a church leader hear about the steaks and called me and wanted a set of them, came to the house to get them, and I heard the whole story later. He's raised his daughter in a Christian home. She became a Christian in high school, went on mission trips, was very active in the youth group. She went to Christian college, and the day she finished and got a degree, got a job, she told her parents she was lesbian and moving in with her girlfriend and didn't want anything to do with them or with church anymore. She wouldn't even give them her address. They still had her cell phone number, so even though she wouldn't answer their phone calls, she would get a text from them every week telling her that they loved her and missed her, and she could always come home and walk away from that lifestyle. This went on for a long time. They heard about the steaks and came and got some steaks and were hoping to see her for Christmas. A couple of weeks before Christmas, they texted her and said, "Honey, are you going to come see us for Christmas? We'd love to see you." She did respond. She'd say, "No, I got to work." But Christmas morning, they got a call from her, and she said, "I don't go into work till after lunch. So if you still want me to come over, I can come this morning." They said, "Honey, we'd love to see you. Come on." So the dad had always taken care of his daughter's car, check her tires and oil pressure. And so while she was there, he said, "Give me your keys and let me go check your car, your tires and your oil." And while he was out there, he hid those steaks in her trunk. He pulled the carpet up a little on each side of the back end and put one steak under each side under the carpet. And then the other two went in the holes in the top of the trunk that opens up. And, you'd never get them out. Nobody knows they're there but the father and mother. They usually texted her on Thursday to tell her they still loved her every week. This one Thursday after that, before they could text her, the phone rang and it was her. She was crying. She said she wanted to restore their relationship, that she loved them and missed them. And they said, "Honey, we want that too, but we can't endorse that lifestyle." Long story short, they kept telling her that she could always leave that and come home. And before long, they were talking on the phone every day. And by August of that year, the young lady called her parents one Friday morning and said, "I'm coming home. I'm walking away from this life, and I'll be home by about midnight. And the first thing I want to do is for Dad to rebaptize me as a symbol of my renewed commitment as a Christian." So they asked me to meet them at their church for a midnight baptism. That's a big deal for me because I go to bed at 10 o'clock. But I was there. My wife and I were the only two there that weren't family members. And after the dad rebaptized his daughter and we circled up and had a prayer, he looked at me in front of his daughter and said, "Steve, tell her what's in her trunk." And I told her what I just told you. And she started crying. Tears were coming down her face. And she said, I wondered why my car was the only place I felt safe." She had never called him from home or from work. She always called him from the car. She didn't even know those verses were there. I can't explain that, except I can tell you God's word is still powerful. Have faith. Keep praying. Don't give up.